Hi Swati, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good too, thank you. So can you tell me something about yourself?
My name is Swati. I have completed MCA from the Pune University and currently staying in Pune.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working as a QA engineer with the work method since last 1.5 years. And about my roles and responsibility, I was responsible for gathering the requirements from the client.
Hmm.
As a part of that, then analyzing the requirements and based on that come up with scenarios and the test cases. Then
Mm-hmm.
defecting the logging the defects using Jira. I also used Mantis as well. Then I was responsible for like the pre and the post deployment, pre and the post production support,
Hmm.
and then responsible for the QA UAT deployment and the testing. And I also got a chance to work with automation as well,
Okay.
like using
Right.
Selenium WebDriver.
Okay. So how many years of experience you have with respect to manual and how many years of experience you have with respect to automation?
Total relevant experience is 3.5 plus, and within that, not too much experience in automation comes around 8 months to 1 year. Means,
Okay. So you
yeah,
have around 1 year experience in automation and how much did you mention in manual?
uh, 3 plus 3.5.
3.5. Okay. Okay. No worries. So now let me share my screen. So this is a user story. So are you aware about agile methodology, user story sprint?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a user story given to you. It's related to payment screen. So the title is process payment, sorry, for premium membership, right? And these are all the acceptance criteria. So they want you to come up with the high level test scenarios, right? So can you tell me high level test scenarios for this user story?
For the process payment for premium membership. And the acceptance criteria is as a user, I should be able to access the payment screen after selecting the premium membership. On the high level, we can check whether the premium member is uh, able to process the payment process.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
then,
what else? So go through all the acceptance criteria. Do you want me to walk you through all those acceptance criterias?
yeah, please,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
possible.
See, as a user, I should be able to access the payment screen after selecting the premium membership option. So there are multiple options. One is the trial period, one is the premium, and one is the subscription as well. So premium or subscription remains the same. And if you are going through the premium membership option, you can access that payment screen, right? Then on the payment screen, I should see clear and concise information about the premium membership benefits like features, pricing plans. So there will be monthly plan, there will be an annual plan. So for example, 499 per month. If you go for annual for the same plan, it would be somewhere around 4,000 because you cannot expect the same monthly plan into 12 into the is equal to the annual plan, right? They will have to give some benefit in the annual plan, right? Special offers or discounts available, right? Then the payment screen should provide options for selecting the desired subscription plan, monthly, yearly. Payment screen should include a form for entering payment details, including credit, debit card information, card number, expiration date, CVV, billing address, all these things, right? So now tell me high level test scenarios for this user story.
Okay.
Hmm.
Means I have one question user want to go with the premium membership, he should be able to do the payment successfully. This is the scenario.
Correct, correct. So it's payment related scenarios. So the happy part is that you pay X amount that is displayed on the screen as per the membership plan, and you are given that subscription. The negative scenario would be you don't pay the X amount and then your membership is not coming up, or you are trying to pay with an invalid credit card number or invalid debit card number or with invalid OTP, for example. So this is a negative scenario. Now come up with the test scenarios. Right.
On the high level, user should be able to click on the that paid membership option, and after
Hmm.
selecting the option, he should get the screen for selecting the various options like for the monthly membership or the yearly membership. Uh, he should be able to select one of the option from that at a time. And on clicking on that option, he should get the payment screen, and where he should be able to enter all the details regarding that payment process. And User should be able to select the payment process available there, like credit card, GPay, or
Hmm.
as per the specification.
Correct.
Then
Correct.
the user should be uh, able to fill the all the required information like the billing address and the whatever the additional information is required there. And once all things are done, then for the final step, he should get the confirmation message that the payment has been done successfully, and the plan is activated for the specific duration. And the amount should be debit debited from his account. That message he should get. And after that user should be able to access all the premium membership users benefits using that option.
Okay. That's it.
Then
Mm-hmm.
for the before that means before doing the payment, he should be able to change his plan uh,
Mm-hmm.
and the features he want to select with that, and
Mm.
accordingly the price should get adjusted and modified. And if discount or the offer is available, then that amount should be modified as per the applied discount or the any coupons or the special offer as for that.
Okay. Any other scenario that is coming to your mind?
Then for the subscribed user, he is then identified as the like a premium member.
Sorry.
Means once he became like a premium member,
Right. Then.
uh, um, there should be some notification or some kind of text over there for the name of that user that he is the
Correct.
premium
Correct.
member.
Right. Right. So maybe you can verify the email message, or you can verify the success message received on the phone that you have successfully subscribed the premium option. Those kind of notifications should be there.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
there he can get a successful pop-up on the screen itself and the email or the message notification as well.
Right, right. So whenever you get this kind of question in a real-time interview, you have to tell the word verify or validate, right? So whatever the test scenarios that you are mentioning, include the word verify in them. So for example, you can include, so let's take all the acceptance criteria one by one. Verify the user is able to access and view all the details properly on the payment screen, right? So UI UX scenarios are very important, right? UI UX scenarios you have to cover. You have to cover functional scenarios, happy path, negative. Then you have to cover non-functional scenarios as well. Then compatible. So if it's a website, so you'll verify the payment screen is displayed on the compatible browsers. If it supports mobile, so compatible mobile devices also, like Android, iOS, right? Which all versions does it support? Then verify the various pricing plans that are being displayed properly. You will verify the special offers or any discounts available. So you will verify by entering some coupon code. You will verify by entering the uh, promo code that you have, and the amount on the screen should be reduced. based on the offer that you are having, right? Then you will verify the monthly plan is being subscribed properly. You will verify the yearly plan is being subscribed properly. You will verify if you subscribe monthly plan, you can still subscribe the yearly plan. Then you will also verify if you subscribe the yearly plan, then there should not be any subscription for monthly plan, right? You are getting, you can go from small to
Yes.
big, but there is no scope of coming from big to small. Yes, it's not a real time scenario. No one would be doing that, but yes, it's our responsibility to do negative testing also, right? Then you will
Yeah.
verify that you are able to enter credit card, debit card information such as card number, expiration date, CVV, billing address. You will verify the payment should not work with invalid credit card number. The payment should not work with invalid OTP. The payment should not work with invalid debit card. The payment should not work with improper CVV. Then you will verify if you enter the proper details of the card and you enter the proper OTP, then and then only that particular amount is being deducted from your account. So those are the
Correct.
scenarios that you can verify here. Okay. Now I'm
Yes.
giving you one scenario here. So imagine you are working in a sprint, right? Your sprint. So you are aware about agile methodology, right?
Yeah.
Uh, So
Yes.
you are working in a sprint of 2 weeks, and this is the user story in which you are testing. Okay. So let's say you received build on Monday, and so let me write points here so it will be easier for you. So there are 4 acceptance criteria that are mentioned here. You received a build on Monday, okay, of the first week itself. Now you got only acceptance criteria 1 and acceptance criteria 2 in the build. Will you start testing? So
Okay.
you are getting the question. You are having 4 acceptance criteria in this particular user story, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, instead of getting 4, you got 2 on Monday. So will you start testing?
Can you please repeat this
Sure,
question that?
sure. So let's say these are acceptance criteria of the user story. So this user story will be complete once they develop all these points, acceptance criteria in the user story, and you test it. Now, on Monday, when you receive the build, you received only 2 points as been developed in the user story. Will
Okay.
you start testing? So that is the question mark. Will you start testing?
Uh, we can start whatever the features has been built,
Hmm.
or that features we can start the testing.
Okay. So you
And
will
for the
start the
rest
testing.
of
Yeah.
the, yeah, for the whatever the features has been developed, we can start.
Hmm.
And on top of that, they will build again, and again we will get the new build for testing the rest of the features.
Correct. So it's the correct answer. You will start testing, but at the same time, you will also communicate to your test lead or test manager that out of 4 acceptance criteria, you have received a build with only 2 acceptance criteria. So as of now, we are
Mm.
testing, but yes, the development is in progress. So testing cannot be fully completed 100%. Okay, clear? Okay, fine. Now let's move to the next question. So now consider you have tested both of these things, acceptance criteria 1 and 2. Those are done 100%. You receive one more build on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, they gave you acceptance criteria 3 and 4. Now, while testing 3 and 4, you found bug in the story in acceptance criteria, which was related to acceptance criteria 2 that you had performed testing on Monday. Okay. Now, what will you do?
Uh, while testing for the criteria,
Hmm.
acceptance criteria third and the fourth, and I also found the bug in acceptance criteria two as well. So
Hmm.
first of all, we need to test the acceptance criteria two first, and then we can go ahead and test the other things.
Okay. So,
Because we
yeah. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
because the other features are built on top of the previous one.
Hmm.
So it's necessary to test the previous functionality as well.
Correct. So you found this bug in acceptance criteria 2 while testing 3 and 4. So maybe it's an integration scenario or it's an individual scenario. You will raise a defect and you will continue testing the entire user story. Once that bug is fixed, then what will you do? Will you do retesting or will you do regression testing?
Yeah, regression we do.
Regression, not retesting.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
retesting I will do for the retesting I will do for the that specific build of for that specific area. Then I will do
Hmm.
with I will then go with the regression testing to identify the impacted modules because of that fixed.
Hmm. So what will you do here is you will perform retesting. Once this bug is getting fixed and you receive one more build on Wednesday with this fix, so you will perform retesting first, right?
Yes.
Once the entire user story is being tested, then you will go for regression testing. Is it clear? Because it is
Ye-
first, it is important to complete the story testing because that is a commitment that you are given in the sprint, right? And once the
Right.
story is being tested, then you can go for regression testing. And in between, if the story testing is happening and in between you are completely blocked, right? Nothing is what is been working for that user story, then you will go for regression testing. Is it clear? Retesting, regression testing.
Yes.
Yeah. Now tell me, uh, what? Okay. Now tell me, what are the performance test scenarios for this user story? Performance in the sense, non-functional test scenarios.
Performance for this scenario, we can consider how much time the payment process is taking to complete that transaction, means they
Hmm.
complete the payment process.
Perfect answer.
Then
Hmm.
then we can test we can verify the loading time of the screen that we get after clicking on the uh, after clicking on the sub or paid membership.
Hmm.
Loading time for the form
Hmm.
and the time taken to debit the amount from our account. We can verify the time when we get notification. If we get like a instant notification or it's I'm not getting notification at all.
Correct.
And
Okay. What else?
usability we can verify
User
under performance.
activity. Usability. Okay,
Use,
usability testing. Yeah. So in non-functional, you have to cover performance test scenarios. So how much time does it takes the screen to load successfully, right? In all the browsers. The second thing is the load testing. Let's say if there are 100 users trying to access the page or the screen together at the same time, parallelly, concurrently, then how much time does it take, right? So here, when I told you, tell me the performance test scenarios, then you can ask that Rakesh, here, actually, we don't have any acceptance criteria related to non-functional testing. Do you want me to assume by myself or how do you want to go it further, right? See, in an interview, it is very important that you communicate, right? Rather than having a Q&A kind of a, so Q&A would be there. But as a tester, it is very important that you ask the questions. Seeking the clarity is very important. Until unless you won't get clarity, you won't be able to test it in the right direction. In none of the acceptance criteria, it has been mentioned how much time does it take. Should it take 5 seconds? Should it take 10 seconds? So just imagine if the screen loading is taking 15 seconds or 25 seconds. So that is more time. If even if you raise a defect, the the development team will tell it's not mentioned anywhere in the user story. Why are you raising the defect? Then you will
Right.
communicate with the business analyst team and you will say, sir, I have already raised a defect, they are denying. So all these things. But instead of that, you can have a word with the business team ahead proactively. There is no detail about non-functional test scenarios. Can you please help us to understand how much time you are expecting? So then they will enter one more acceptance criteria. For example, here they will enter one more acceptance criteria, 5, that it should take 5 seconds to load. Okay, now you test it, that whether it is taking 5 seconds to load or not. And then you
Right.
raise a defect, right? So as a tester, it is very important how you communicate, how you update. Clear?
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So performance test scenarios. So you can tell how much time it takes, but ask what is there in the requirement. There is nothing wrong in asking the question to the interviewer, right? You are just seeking the clarity. You are just requesting them to give you some more details, right?
Mm.
Okay, now I'll give you one scenario. Okay, is the screen visible to you?
Yes.
Hmm? You are testing a search functionality on a travel booking website. Now, what test scenarios would you consider to validate accurate search results and filter options?
For the search scenario, we can verify the search boxes available on the screen as per the specification.
Hmm.
A search button is there.
Hmm.
Verify user is able to enter the text search keywords,
Correct.
search term into the search box.
Right.
And after clicking on the search button, user
Hmm.
should get the results on his screen. And if I do not, if and we can verify that if nothing is entered into the search box and click on the search button, we should not get any result. If we verify the filters applied by the user and he's getting the results as per the applied filters.
Okay.
Then if filters are not selected,
Hmm.
then default result he should get for the search term.
Hmm.
Then we can verify the length of the search box, how many search term characters or the term we can enter into the search box. Or data type we can identify the for the search box we can verify.
Hmm.
So we can search only the text or the by include the number as well for the search term. And we can means verify the accurate result I'm getting as per the search term. Means at least there are some things in the search result that satisfy my requirement.
Hmm.
Then we can verify the time like as the part of the non-functional in how much time I'm getting the result on the search result page.
Correct.
We can verify the data to be displayed on the search result page for the search term once I click on the search button.
Hmm.
One page or the two page, and if there are the more than two pages result, there should be the navigation to navigate to the next page on that search result page as well. Um, from the UI perspective, we can verify the button color, button size, text box length, the type of the text box.
Correct. Correct.
Then we can, from the UI perspective, we can verify the text displays on the search button. Means whether as per this, whether it's as per the specification. Means there might be search keyword maybe there on the search button, or sometimes there is a magnifying glass for the search.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's it, I think.
That's it. Yeah. I think you covered a good number of test scenarios. And I was just thinking about the types of test scenarios that you covered, right? So now, if you get such kind of question, then you can cover these additional scenarios also. So, see, you can verify that users can enter their search criteria. So, as it's a travel booking website, so you need to add some more details to the scenarios. So, destination, dates, number of travelers, and then you can click on the search. You can test that the search results include options matching the entered criteria. You can ensure that the search is performed across all the relevant categories. For example, trains, hotels, rental cars, flights, right? It's a travel booking website. Then search result accuracy, how much accuracy you are getting after searching some particular term, right? So you will test with respect to various search scenarios like different destinations, dates, other parameters as well. Then you will verify the search results include all the available options within the specified criteria. Sorry, right? Then you will verify the filter options, for example, price range, star rating, preferences of the airlines, right? These also scenarios you can consider. Then you will verify the applying filters narrows down the search results accurately. For example, you want to apply filter to the with respect to flight having less charges to more charges, or vice versa, right? So accordingly, the combinations are being displayed or not. Sorting options with respect to price, duration, departure time, customer ratings. Then keyword search options. For example, if you enter hotel names or airport codes or train station codes, then are you getting the relevant search results there or not based on the keywords that you enter? Then location based search. So if you are trying to search with respect to nearby hotels, nearby some landmark you have, nearby airports you have, so that is there. Now, so far, whichever scenarios I was mentioning, this was about single source and single destination. Now, what about multi-city, multi-stop, right? So you have to travel to multiple places with multiple stoppages in between, right? So those kind of scenarios also you can take care. Then you can verify the date range, right? With is it allowing you to allow the flexible date range like plus or minus 3 to 4 days? Then error handling. So then you can test with invalid search criteria. These are negative test scenarios. Is the application able to handle it gracefully? Verify the appropriate error messages are displayed to the guide users. Then cross-browser, cross-device compatibility, test the search functionality across different web browsers, devices, right? In mobiles with different screen sizes, resolutions, then UI, UX related scenarios, the buttons, the UI, UX, all those things should be correctly displayed. So all those things will come into the test scenarios. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Fine. So what do you mean by usability testing?
In usability testing, we test the user friendliness of an application, and means from the colors perspective and ease of use of that application. Means by looking at the application, user should be able to understand how to navigate through and how to use that application.
Hmm.
Yeah, means any non-technical person should be able to understand by looking at the application itself.
Right, right. Okay. Then what is software testing life cycle and what is the difference between STLC and SDLC?
As SDLC is related to the software development methodology or the cycle, means whatever the things comes under software development, like a requirement gathering, then designing phase development,
Hmm.
and testing, maintenance, and like deployment and the maintenance. And SDLC is the part of the like SDLC testing is the part of the SDLC life cycle or software development life cycle itself. So it
Mm,
consists of all the activities related to the testing only, that where we analyze the requirements. On the basis of that we identify the features to be tested. Then we write the test cases, we execute it. We like before that we set up the uh, like test environments. Then we log the defects. Means all the testing related activities to like means validate the result by running that application.
okay, what else?
And we create the different kind of the deliverables into SDLC related to the test plan, test strategy, test scenario, test cases, defect reports, different kind of things we prepare. Then we also provide the support uh, after the deployment on the production as well.
Mm,
Means maintenance we do in testing. And means like software development is a kind of the process where the features are developed, and after that we perform the testing to validate that
mm,
developed product is as per the specified requirements by the client and it's working as their expectation.
mm. Right. So whenever you get this question, explain in detail about the phases, right? So there are 6 to 8 phases in software testing lifecycle, in software development lifecycle. So first is requirement analysis, then test planning, test data creation, test cases, design, then test case execution, right? So all those phases you can explain, right? Okay. Now tell me, you have a mobile application which needs to be tested. Okay. So tell me the scenarios, or how will you perform the localization and internationalization testing with respect to that mobile application?
Localization, if that application is developed for that specific area,
Hmm.
we can test whether that application supports that language used in that region,
Hmm.
currency, or the date and time where uh, where is in that region. And globalization is kind of like international, means it supports all languages, all currencies, all time format.
Right, right. So with respect to localization and internationalization testing, what you can do is you can verify the mobile app displays text, dates, or any other content correctly in different languages and regions. Right. For example, if you open that app in Chinese language, if you open that app in French or in Japanese, then accordingly those things should be handled. So we'll test for whether there is a proper handling of different local specific formats and conventions or not. You will test, sorry, the app complies with language and region specific regulations and guidelines, right? So all these things will come in the localization and internationalization testing. Okay. Now, how will you do compatibility testing of that mobile app?
Compatibility, we can test, does the application support different mobile devices like Android, iPhone, Apple.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Great. Then what else? Yeah.
And uh, if I do not have the real devices to test the mobile application and I want to perform it on my desktop, so we can do with the developer tool,
Hmm.
like emulating that device action on our laptop screen. Different screen sizes we can consider, different mobile screen size.
So, with respect to compatibility testing, as mentioned by you correctly, you will test the app on different devices with various screen sizes, resolutions, hardware configurations. You will verify the compatibility with different versions of the uh, operating system, so Android, iOS, and their updates as well. Then you will verify with different orientation. So you can keep the mobile in the portrait mode or in the landscape mode with different screen densities. So that's how you can verify the uh, compatibility testing for the mobile app. So these are compatible test scenarios, right? Okay. Okay, let's say you were testing a user story and you have found a defect, but the developer team or development team or the developer is not accepting that defect. Then what will you do?
In that case, we can communicate with the development team. We
Hmm.
can tell them that these are the requirements
Hmm.
that are the specified, and we can provide the all the information related to that issue by like the screenshots or extra
Correct.
information about the defect. We can ask them to reproduce on their end too. And so by communicating with them, we can provide all the evidences that proves that the issue is valid, and we have tested as per the requirements only.
So what will you do is you will discuss with them the requirement if it is mentioned in the requirement. So if it's mentioned in the acceptance criteria of the user story, or if it is mentioned in the requirement documentation, then you will share those details with them in the part of the same ticket, right? Once they discard, you will get a notification. So you can attach those things in the ticket itself, and you can again discuss with them that so and so points are already included in the user story, and you will reopen that defect, right? And you will discuss with them. And if still they are not convinced, then you can schedule one call, include your QA lead, managers, business analyst if required, and you can discuss with the development team, right? Still,
Yes.
if there is a confusion, then if you are working in a service-based company, you can have a word with the client and you can discuss with them about the behavior of that particular expectations on the requirement, that so that you all are on the same page. If the client also agrees with you, then you can reopen the defect. If client disagrees, then you can tell okay, this, and you can update the ticket also that this has been communicated with client, this is no longer in line to the application, right? So it can be discarded. Okay. Which are the different meetings that you are attending in your entire day?
We attend the daily Scrum meeting first. Then for the before start of the sprint, we do the sprint planning meeting, and then we attend the sprint review meeting, and then once after completion of the sprint, we attend the retrospective meeting within the team, within the company itself. Uh,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
that's it. I think
That's it.
sprint planning, sprint like daily sprint retrospective, sprint review.
Right. Right. Okay, Swati. Thank you so much.